Good afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is Wednesday, November 9th, 2011. This is Texan TV News, a product of the Texan News Service, and I am Hannah Miller. In today's headlines, Nicaragua's re-elected president says no changes, a shooting kills a man at McDonald's in Hawaii, a polygamous bishop sentenced in Texas, special needs kids rock the gym again at Charlton, and a live interview with Charlton's own apprentice, and the day's sports and weather. Now today's top story. In international news, the Associated Press reports that newly re-elected President Ortega says there will not be any dramatic changes in his new administration. In his first public speech since his landslide win in Sunday's presidential election, the one-time Sandinista revolutionary discarded major policy changes in his second consecutive term in office. "Why change if we're doing a good job?" said the one-time firebrand Marxist, who in recent years has espoused a politics of personality based on Christianity, socialism, and free enterprise. Ortega was officially declared of Sunday's election on Tuesday with 63% versus his nearest challenger, Fabio Gadea, with 31%. In national news, according to the Associated Press, a knife was recovered at the scene where 23-year-old Colin Elderts of Calais was inside a McDonald's in Waikiki, say police. U.S. State Department Special Agent Christopher Deedy is charged with second-degree murder and using a firearm in the commission of a felony. Deedy is accused of fatally shooting Elderts during a confrontation early Saturday. Deedy has been put on paid administrative leave and was released Monday after posting a $250,000 bail. According to police, Deedy, Elderts, and other men were involved in an argument at McDonald's when the shooting occurred. Elderts suffered a gunshot wound to the chest. He was taken to an area hospital where he was later pronounced dead. Deedy was arrested at the scene and will have a court appearance on November 17th. Many locals were angered that Deedy was released and went free without being required to stay in Hawaii. In state news, AP reports former polygamous bishop in Robert Lee, Texas, is facing 10 years in prison after being convicted of marrying sect leader Warren Jeffs to a 12-year-old girl. Less than an hour after the conclusion of the closing arguments, punishment in West Texas, jury found Frederick Merle Jessup guilty of performing an illegal wedding ceremony. The San Angelo Standard-Times reports that prosecutors presented evidence that Jessup had participated in the marriage ceremonies of underage girls. This includes the 2006 marriage of Jeffs and one of his underage brides at his Yearnings of Zion ranch. It was not until 2 years later that authorities raided the ranch and found a large amount of evidence that would bring charges to Jessup, Jeffs, and also 10 other followers. Jeffs, who is the head of the Fundamentalist Church of Christ of the Latter-day Saints, was sentenced to life in prison in August with sexually assaulting 2 of his underage brides. In local news, yesterday, Charlton had its 4th annual Rock the Gym, one of several programs designed for children with mental and physical disabilities. Charlton senior Laura English said she has never witnessed something as fabulous as Rock the Gym before. She loves seeing the kids come in and have a good time, knowing that she played a part in something that could potentially change their lives or just make her day. Charlton kinesiology students customized the activities from bowling to football to frog leap for each child's impairment and needs. Kinesiology professor Kayla Peak said Rock the Gym is one of the only events where every single activity is modified to fit each individual disability. It takes many volunteers to provide all the special attention at Charlton. Students gave more than 130 students at the event. Jeff Dillard, a senior student, said there had been nothing short of amazing to see these kids and giggle and plow through boxes. This is fun. We are having just as much fun as they are. In university news, 3 Charlton State University students have been working hard Johnny Robinson, Director of Student Leadership Programs, said that Tarleton Apprentice was developed to offer unique real-world experience where students could apply their skills and knowledge in an outside-the-classroom environment. We're excited for our students to showcase these service projects that have been working on the last 6 weeks and to crown our first Tarleton Apprentice. The students chosen to compete in this year's competition were Andy Vasquez, Heather Wright, and Drew Isom. We have Drew Isom here in the studio with us to tell us a little bit more about his experience. Hi, Drew. Congratulations on your win.
All right, thank you.
Will you tell us a little bit about how you were chosen to participate?
Well, during the process to participate, you had to fill out an essay, and then they choose whose essays are the best. And then after they choose those people, they called us back, and then we had to go through an interview process, and that's how they chose the final contestants.
Okay, so what was your project?
Our project was putting boxes around the campus that I spray painted purple. And what these boxes were meant to do is for students and faculty to donate their clothes, and I took them to Beautiful Feet Ministries.
Okay, so that was the organization you chose. Can you tell us a little bit about Beautiful Feet Ministries?
Yeah, it's located in downtown Fort Worth, and what their main goal is to provide and take care of the homeless and the poor and the neglected that's surrounded the Fort Worth community.
Okay. Did you have a pretty big success with your project?
Yes, I collected 1,093 clothing articles.
Okay. What actually did you win from winning the Tarleton Apprentice?
I got to win a all-paid-for trip to Leadership, which is a leadership conference here it's a national leadership conference, and they're not sure where it's located at just yet.
Okay. And will this service project continue next year?
Yes, it will. I'm pretty sure I'm going to put my boxes back on and hopefully have some more participation with the Tarleton community, get more people involved.
Okay. Well, thank you and congratulations again.
All right, thank you.
In sports, AP reports that Texas Rangers pitching coach Mike Maddox has withdrawn from consideration for the manager's job with the Boston Red Sox. He had been scheduled for an interview Tuesday, but Boston general manager Ben Cherington announced Monday that Maddox had withdrawn. The job opened when Trey Francona left following the team's epic collapse in September, when it went 7-20 and missed the playoffs. Maddox pitched for 9 teams, including the Red Sox, in a 15-year career that ended in 2000. He became pitching coach of the Milwaukee Brewers in 2003, then took the same job with Texas before the 2009 season. Today, the weather, there is a high of 56 and a low tonight of 36, with the wind picking up to 17 miles per hour. Today's stories were from the Associated Press, Tarleton Media Relations. Today's broadcast was produced by Cato Neves, Paige Poth, and Mackenzie Boone, with the help of Texan TV service engineer Matthew Mills. You can follow us on ustream.tv/user/Texan News Service, youtube.com/Texan News Service, and Northland Cable Channel 9. Don't forget to tell your friends about us and become a fan of Texan TV News on Facebook. I am Hannah Miller. Tune in tomorrow for the latest news from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas.